can we talk about something for a minute? So if budgeting has never worked for you before, there's probably a reason. And because here's the thing, budgeting does work, plain and simple. So if it hasn't worked for you, it's not because you're bad with money. It's because something in the way you were doing it wasn't working. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the most common reasons budgets fail and how to actually fix it. And honestly, some of it might surprise you. So by the way, I'm Megan. I'm a money mentor, and I help women learn how to actually make budgeting work in real life. And if you're the one handling the finances in your family and you're trying to figure this all out, you're in the right place. So make sure you subscribe because I share simple money tips like this every week. All right, so let's start with the first reason budgeting usually doesn't work. And this is a big one. Your budget's too strict. A lot of people sit down and create what I call a perfect budget. Everything is tight, every dollar's accounted for, there's no wiggle room, and then life happens. Something small comes up or something unexpected, and then suddenly the whole budget feels blown. And what happens next? You feel like you failed and you quit. That's what I see all the time. But the problem isn't you, the problem is the budget was too strict to begin with. The second reason budgeting doesn't work is because you're guessing your numbers. This one will get you every time. If you've never actually looked at your spending before and you decide, this is the month I'm going to start budgeting, and you just start plugging in numbers, that's not going to work. Let me give you an example. Let's say you decide you're going to spend $500 on groceries this month. Sounds great, right? But if you actually looked at last month, and you might realize that you typically spend $1,000 on groceries. So now you've cut your grocery bill in half overnight. That's not realistic, and what happens? You go over budget, you feel frustrated, you think budgeting doesn't work, and you quit. Again, not your fault, you just didn't have the right numbers. And the third reason budgeting doesn't work is trying to copy someone else's budget. We all have different incomes, different expenses, different priorities, and different goals. So trying to make your budget look like something you saw on the internet, it's not going to work for you. And I see this happen all the time. Someone tries a system they saw online and it doesn't fit their life, and they say, budgeting just doesn't work for me. No, that budget didn't work for you because it was Susie Q's budget. There's a difference, because budgeting does work when it's built around your real life. And I want to say something really important here. Your budget is not going to be perfect in the first month. It's just not. Honestly, it usually takes about 3 months to really get your numbers dialed in, because you're learning, you're adjusting, you're figuring out what actually works for your life. And even after that, there's still going to be months where things don't go perfectly, and that is normal. Budgeting isn't about perfection, it's about awareness and adjustment. And that leads into the last big mistake, thinking you can just set it and forget it. A budget is not a one-time thing. It is not something that you set up once and never look at again. Your budget is a living thing. It changes, it moves, it needs your attention. Because at the end of the day, you're the one spending the money. You can set all the numbers you want, but your behavior is actually what makes the budget work. That's why budgeting is 80% behavior and only 20% numbers. So if budgeting hasn't worked for you before, here's what I want you to take away from this. It's not because you can't do it. It's not because you're bad with money. It's because your budget was too strict, your numbers weren't realistic, it wasn't built for your life, and you weren't reviewing and adjusting all the things so that you knew what you needed to be fixed. And if you want help getting started with this, check out my different mentorship programs that I offer so that I can walk you through this step by step. You can check that out below. And if this video made something click for you, go ahead, like it, and so that YouTube will show it to other women who need to hear this too. And if you're the one handling the finances in your family and you want budgeting to feel simpler, make sure you subscribe, because that's exactly what we're going to do here. All right, y'all, go make the plan, run the play, and win with your money.